Real life call outs, hosted by Savant and Goodbars. Bro, how you doing today, man? How you doing? You doing good?
I've resurrected.
You resurrected. You resurrected? How?
That seems like that seemed a little that seemed a little powerful. Maybe it wasn't complete. Maybe this isn't a resurrection.
I agree with that. I
feel a new wind is about to blow.
It's about to blow?
Mm-hmm.
That's different. That's different.
We've been away for a few weeks.
We've been away for a while.
Should we explain ourselves?
I think we should. I think we got some good news for them, really. That's what I feel like.
It could be good news for some people or bad news for others.
It could be bad news for others.
You know what we say here on the One Shot Network? We do say that there's two sides to the coin.
Yep, I agree.
And there's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Did you purposely match my hat today?
I don't know what happened with that. I think we look dope though. I think we look great. Yeah, we look great. I like that.
I feel like the wrinkles in the backdrop are very natural. For all of you who didn't notice before, we just need an iron.
I don't think people notice that though. I think people think that's a part of it.
See, the thing is, when you get up, you know what I'm saying. When you get up to my level in life, you start thinking about things like irons. I've never thought about owning an iron in my life. I've never really felt the need to own an iron.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
And I'm starting to figure it out. I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? As time goes on, you know, you acquire things that you like that really fit. I mean, when you're a young person, it's kind of like, oh, let's just tear through everything I'm experiencing. You know, I'm there's a lot of experimenting going on.
Yes, most definitely.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of lab work, a lot of trial and error. You know that, guy.
Yes, I do know that.
Yeah, you're in the age of cross colors. And I know, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you guys know, but like in my time, you know what I'm saying, with the rappers and everything, we used to wear our clothes inside out.
All types
backwards. I mean, it's some pretty embarrassing
it was the style. It was the swag.
Listen. Every generation has a group of adults that, you know, adapts and evolutionizes and matures like a fine wine.
Yes, I agree.
And they realize that every good game has to be organized and put back into the closet.
I agree.
And then there's another generation that comes out and
it has fun with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you wear your clothes? Did you wear your clothes backwards?
Certainly.
Did you wear? I did the crisscross thing.
The first concert I ever went to, like on my own, was a crisscross concert.
That's legendary.
And we didn't plan this. We didn't plan this dialogue. It really just happened to be that way.
Yeah, that's some legendary stuff right there. Yo, shout out to crisscross, man. You guys did the thing.
I should watch one of those "Where Are They Now" things.
I think they're doing good. I think they're doing good. I think they're producers now. I think they're like engineers and producers. That's the thing they do now. I think that's the last thing I heard because the Brat was talking about them.
So Def. That's right.
Yeah, So Def.
For all of you that don't know out there, that's an old school record label back in the day. That was fun. So we made some changes here on Real Life Callouts. So Real Life Callouts, as you know, let's bring everybody up to speed.
Yes.
We are two members of a large community-driven club on the Xbox Live network.
Yes, sir.
And the name of that club is the Immaculate Connection. Immaculate Connection Gaming. So,
ICG.
Most people know us in ICG as being Halo players. We are a Halo clan, a Halo community, if you will. I know some people get all torn up about whatever. We're a group of that play the game. All right? Everybody joins groups of people for different reasons.
Yes.
Some do it to plant a tree. Some do it to push somebody down the stairs. All right. However, in the content drought, it occurred to us. You know, I sat down with Mr. Goodbars and I was like, I love the game. I want to talk about the game. I think we should always talk about the game. I think we should always talk about the community and our involvement and participation in awareness in Halo as a whole. I think that should always be the nucleus of this program.
Yep, agreed.
And it will be forever, meaning the commentary on this program is represented by gamers.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
Maybe someday when they give us more time on the podcast that we don't have, because for some reason we can only do a half an hour each week. But we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll definitely figure that out.
In the meantime, we have now kind of shifted and said, okay, well, we want to be able to talk about Halo and we want to continue to talk about Halo, but what if, the first idea was, what if we talked about just video games in general?
Yep.
And I was like, honestly, in the same bite, I feel like, like pop culture, the video game industry is really focused on like a really different area for me right now.
It's different. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Different.
A lot of it is when you were a little kid, you couldn't wait till you got older so you could play the cool video games.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like the music. You know what I mean? Like, when you were a young kid, you couldn't wait to get older so you can go to the big boy concerts. Now, buyers and sellers, we're really focused on, buyers and sellers are smart people and they're focused on generating new players, generating new people and attention to gaming and to music and to art. So that's why, if you ever notice, the only thing that ever stays the same in buying and selling is change. And then the market's going to go up, it's going to come down, it's going to do different things. The people are going to invent new ideas and steal others and embellish on a handful of future concepts, and I mean things that we thought about that would never exist when we were kids. Think about the Apple Watch.
Yeah, the Apple Watch.
Dick Tracy was dope. I used to read the comic books and all of that, and now I have an Apple Watch. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So I mean, literally everything that you see around you, everything in your living room, wherever you are right now, listening to this, in your car. I want you to look around. Well, don't look around your car because you could get in an accident. But if you're stationary, look around and just observe and look at the signs on the side of the road and whatever's in your bedroom, your dresser, what's playing on the TV, including whatever you're listening to us on. At one point or another, that was somebody's imagination.
Yep.
So you're literally, in all sense of the English definition, you're literally observing your environment is other people's imaginations. And people that joined in on that and participated and embellished and made those things better and optimized it. You know what I mean? So, and it continues to go on. I mean, you look at what technology is doing and everything else. At some point, we'll get to that because that's actually a topic in the show.
Yeah.
We decided that with this just so much to talk about and so little time, that how could we honestly just focus on one video game? And then we thought to ourselves, well, what if they release Halo and it's amazing? And what if it's the last game that they ever create?
Yeah. What are we going to cover?
But then the podcast is over.
Yeah.
And I know Halo fan is out there and Halo follower is out there on YouTube. And I know what you guys are thinking right now. Oh, God, thank God. You guys are worried that we were going to come over there and piss on your porch.
Who's these
I
guys?
seen you guys starting to do the videos now. You weren't doing that before, and we came around.
Let's talk about it.
So you're safe, Halo follower, Halo fan, Halo lord. Y'all are safe.
Oh, that's funny.
However, we will continue, and I think that traditionally we will always start off with Halo.
Yes.
But we have now broken down the program into, smaller segments throughout, which of course will not all be about Halo. I think we're going to cover video games first, like in general. Now, if there is Halo news, let's say the game's already out and there's an update, there's a patch. That's the first thing we're going to cover. Let's say there's something crazy that happens in lore. There's some spin-off stuff or new games coming out. We're going to cover that.
We have to.
One thing we're not going to cover here is those pro that hide in their bedrooms and only come out to win a couple bucks and drink Monster Energy drinks.
Yo.
So, I'm not even going to invite you inside.
That's crazy.
Fucking brats. So that's it. I mean, and I think we've broken them down into responsible categories.
Yes,
so
we have.
we're gonna start with video games, and then in a non-predictable way, we're gonna talk about current events. We're gonna talk about. I think we should do like a this day in history too.
Yeah.
If you guys are listening to this and there's a place to comment if you think that we're missing something. Remember that there's a half an hour of this madness.
And you guys can also email us at icgaming@gmail.com. That will pop up at the bottom right there. And you guys can give us your tips, tricks, subjects, what you guys want us to talk about, anything that's going on.
Just don't call the police.
Yeah, please just don't do that. Don't call the police on us because you mad about something we said. Halo follower, don't do that. Please. We don't got time for that. So, bro, we got some news here. We got a couple things that's going on in the video game world with Halo, everything that's
ooh. I heard from what I understand, there's a sufficient amount of evidence that I guess Halo 5 abilities are coming back. Are they going to be included?
Yes.
I keep hearing now. I don't know how accurate this is, but
the mantle.
I got excited.
Yeah, I was kind of happy for that.
Clamber.
I was happy for Clamber.
Man,
yeah.
I really have grown to love, and I've really grown to love stability.
Yes, me too. Oh, the little jetpack thing.
Yeah, because you have a jetpack on your back, and some of the armor, or what do they call them now?
Coatings.
I hate that. So, you really know how to fuck up a good thing. So, armor coatings, microtransaction coatings, makes me want to puke. So, I mean, a lot of them show this technology. So, come on, we dreamed of the day, when Halo 2 and dude's flying around, he's got the jetpack. You're like, damn, why can't, humans should have been able to have that technology. And of course they did because it was in the novels and everything else.
Yes.
So I was like, when are we going to get jetpacks in the game? When are we going to get jetpacks? So I think that like flying across the map, like nonstop, or even like the cooldown period that Reach had was still like aggressive. Like you could just like float across the map. Yeah. That was super exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know how like today and like what I'm saying as far as like today and like the environment or how many people you could have on a map doing that, it would be just
too much
nonsense. You know what I mean? It really would be.
I think 5's multiplayer was really, really great.
However, you saw them dial it back in 4, and it was like, ooh,
this is
that's
smooth.
kind of a sweet spot.
This is smooth.
And I really wasn't a fan of the ordnance drops and the I really wasn't the loadout and all that. That was kind of weird for me.
Yeah, that was different.
Especially like you being a Call of Duty person, familiar with that. Maybe it sat with you better. No.
Yeah, it did. I liked the loadout. I was playing Halo 4 just recently, and I saw the loadout, and I could change to my light rifle. I could change to my carbine. I could change to my It depends on how I was playing at that moment in time. You know what I mean? So, to have the DMR on command like that was great for me. Like to have it right there in an arena game, I was like, yeah, all right, bet.
No, the light rifle, just having it. Oh, look at that! Wow, it's a tier 2 power weapon. I don't think you should spawn with tier 2 power weapons. Microsoft, Halo, whoever the is dealing with this. What's his name? Nebercheck. What's his name? Sniffercheck. What's his name?
Hold up.
Brussels sprouts. I forgot what dude's name is.
Halo.
Messerschmitt. Come on, man.
Messerschmitt or something like that.
Fusselfot.
I don't know. I gotta figure out what his name is. He's a community leader. He plays online with them all the time.
Yeah, man. His name's like Fluffer Swift.
Oh, I don't know what his name is. I gotta find it. I know we got it somewhere around here.
Fashushatov.
Oh yeah, John Jawishkazak.
No, Unicheck.
Unicheck,
you son of a... That's you. Unisex. Weirdo. I knew his name was something like that. Yeah, I got you now, mother... Chex Mix.
Chex. Yo, he gonna be hot.
Woo! Sorry.
Chex Mix.
Oh man, this mother... No, whatever his name is, Ubisoft. He's cool.
He's cool.
So he's the big head. He's been all of a sudden he came out of nowhere and knows everything. When's the game coming out? I don't know. Ask Mezzle. Is it gonna be a beta? I don't know. Facile 5. I don't know what they're doing, but I'd be really pumped up if they would release the game with well, first of all, as we've talked about in prior episodes, I think they should completely get rid of ground pound. I thought that was for little kids.
Get the hell out of here! If someone hits me with a Spartan, someone hits me with a Spartan charge one more time, I'm gonna break my controller, man.
If they're going to, and believe me, I don't want the Spartan charge in, but if they're going to consider something like that, they've got to make it where if you miss a Spartan charge, you're one shot.
Yes, I agree.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, that you can't hit a wall.
And if you miss a dude and bang your face off the ground, I don't know. Like what's the residual? What's the consequence? See, what I didn't like about those armor abilities. See, people didn't like armor lock, but there was a consequence to armor lock.
Yeah, it was. You can move.
And if I can remember right, like you don't recharge right either.
No, you don't.
So if your shields are low and you try to pop that armor, somebody say something in the comments if I'm wrong. But I think that if you pop the armor lock,
your shield stays there for a while.
I think there's a serious heat up time to come back. You know what I mean? I would not want. So armor lock came with a grave consequence.
It was for vehicles. I
mean. Hologram comes with a consequence.
Yep.
I got used to playing against people with holograms, and I just, and people with holograms, what do? They throw holograms.
Yeah.
So I wait for a hologram thrower to do what? Throw a hologram and tell me where he is.
Yeah.
Now I know where you are. You just don't attack a hologram player all the time.
Yeah.
And you got to obviously you got to know when that is. You guys get with me. Seb's band on Xbox Live if you want to know what that's about.
Come to school. Come to
school.
What I mean?
Come to school. But I'd be happy to see a version of the floaty stabilizer thing.
The stabilizer was dope.
Maybe not for all situations. I don't know.
No, not at all.
And if they're going to reintroduce things like jetpacks and armor locks and stuff like that, if they're going to do that, I think that they should do it in a power-up form.
Yep.
Like they do with Invis, like they do with
OS and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
what you think? You think the grappling hook should be the same way or no? He said,
I don't think every player should be running around with one.
Yeah.
And if they are, I think the cooldown it's got to be abusive to the player. Like, you want to grapple, mother? You ain't gonna use this for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to figure something else out until you know what I mean. Until it should be a last minute. It should be kind of like a clutch, amazing thing that a player has to pull off. You know?
Yeah, to get the flag, you use the clutch. You
only get right.
The grappling
and
hook.
Oops, you missed. That's your. Let's see. That's what I mean. There's got to be checks and balances in it. Like you shouldn't be able to just continue, even if there is a cooldown period. If it's not enough, the person doesn't feel the consequence of using it.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
You shouldn't be able to just. This isn't Game Genie anymore. These games are well, those games you couldn't beat.
Yeah, facts.
They made video games back in the 80s and 90s that, like, if you were an average person,
you ain't gonna play that.
Right. You went to grave challenges to try to beat Castlevania.
And you spent
that was
hours.
A Game Genie era. There were games when you literally put the cartridge in and you didn't know what it did. The machine turned on and everything, and you got to the menu and you were fucking clueless from the start. And you pressed a couple buttons and the opening screen came in and you were some creature, a fucking sprite character, or a couple pixels, and you just fucking didn't know what was going on. And you went left and right and made it to the next level and still didn't know what was going on. Those were the... They weren't just like technical challenges. There was like the storytelling challenges that people had back then. They don't have all the big, bright, pretty fireworks and flowers and ray tracing and all kinds of shit, which is nice. And we talked about that. We talked about playing old gen games that are made for new gen consoles.
Yeah, we had that conversation. Yeah,
you know what's really new gen?
Really not new gen. You know? Yeah. Was it optimized for the new gen consoles or not? Yeah.
And of course, Fat Mouth. What's his name? Halo fan. Maybe the other one. Halo follower. He can't find no content like us, so naturally he's been talking about.
He called him a fat mouth.
I'm about to send him some antibacterial cream, man.
He called him fat mouth.
Nah. I'm gonna have to hook him up
with antibacterial cream. That's
so cool. You know what I mean? He's been talking about Battle Royale, which pissed me off right off the gate.
Oh no.
Listen, Halo, buddy. Halo, pal. Is that what you know what I mean? You gotta hear me out, player. You gotta stop talking about that battle rifle. We already told you the only BR is the battle rifle. You've already been warned.
Yes.
Nah, but he was talking some all jokes aside, he was talking some real shit.
Yeah,
I was kind of like excited about what he was saying in terms of it.
Halo 5
I'm not upset. I've thought this through. I'm not upset about them having like a customized game or a certain playlist or like when they talk about multiplayer being for everybody, that being the thing that everybody does. I'm not. Maybe it's not a battle royale. You know what I mean? Honestly, Halo fan is probably right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not hating on it. Like in all seriousness, I would. Now that I've had more of a battle royale experience, and I've thought of intelligent ways to bring it to Halo, I'm sure they're not going to do it the way I want to. But
no, not at all.
No,
they never listen to the
never. There's a way to do this. Well, the thing is with the Halo thing is the vehicles, right?
They need to bring back. You got
an issue with that you don't have in other battle royale games. You don't have the same kind of vehicle variety and also in angles of power and facets of power.
Yes, I agree 100%. 100%.
You know, like take a what we Call of Duty or something like that. They don't have tanks.
No, they don't.
You know what
tanks.
I'm saying?
No,
for instance, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
No, they don't.
Or then they don't have vehicles where multiple people can get on the vehicle and fire multiple weapons.
No, they don't. No.
So I mean, that's a big
thing.
In terms of gaming, that's a big thing. It's a big difference. And the other thing I'm going to say is I don't care how you guys do it. Seriously, I pick on people and stuff like that because I'm just having fun. But I honestly, Bonnie Boo Boo, and
Bonnie,
and I'll make a Bonnie song.
Yo, we'll make a Bonnie hit. Yo, it'd be her entrance music when she comes out for E3.
She's kind of like a McMahon.
Yo, she is. She's like Stephanie McMahon of Xbox. That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. Time machine.
Time machine.
Let's make it happen.
So I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm just hoping they figure out a creative way to not do a storm.
Oh my God!
They got to be the first. That's the big thing. Listen to me out there. God. All the algorithms. Hold on, shit. Bungie 343.
That's why
Bonnie,
I stopped playing
Messerschmitt, Chipper Chap. All of you guys out there. Flipper flaps. All you guys out there, I need you to hear me. In the world of algorithms and internet wavelengths, I need you all to connect with me. Listen to me, Bonnie. What's the other girl? Kiki Wolfgang.
Ooh,
that's her name, right?
I think that's her name. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not gonna say nothing bad about her because she looked tough though. I feel like she might. I feel like her anger might reach me somehow. All right, so. Have you ever seen her on stage?
No, I
give her
haven't.
a hard time.
No, was she like the E3 or something? Or
she's not bro.
I gotta see that. I gotta watch that. I gotta take some time out to watch that. I gotta see that. See what's going on.
She might not even have private parts. Just fucking straight fucking bare flesh.
Just bare flesh. Jiggles and shit.
No, it's hard. It's toned.
Oh,
it's toned.
I'm done.
You know what I'm saying? She got a 2-pack under her 6-pack.
Oh, the imagery.
So, if they do Battle Royale, they gotta do it without a storm. They gotta figure out, guys, you gotta figure out, Bonnie, you gotta figure out how to do this in a unique way. This is your opportunity to kick the Battle Royale community right in the fart pipe.
Yep. Fart piples.
This is the time where you can really put somebody in an old head move.
I don't know this dude. I put him in the Uncle Otis. That's an old head move. Yo, shout out to Ignace, yo. I'm gonna have to put him in the tag so he can peep that, so you know he got some love over here. Well, bro, we got some news right here. I think we got 8 minutes left.
Wow. See, most of the time, that's what you guys don't have to worry about. So that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna see if we get the Halo talk going on. We might never get to the news, so this might just be the program for you.
Yo, facts. So in not local, but in the main somewhere of technology nowadays, they're gonna create something.
Well, we don't know where anything is anymore, so it's fine.
This is from TechSpot. This is from this website. This is the main source.
They don't seem big, so if I badmouth them,
oh well,
it's free reign.
They're up there right now. Internet for everyone. We can't seem to live without the internet. How else would you read sciencefocus.com? But still, around the way, half the world population is connected. There are many reasons for this, including economic and social reasons for some of the internet just being accessible because they have no connection. Google is slowly trying.
I sound like you're snitching. They didn't even take responsibility of nothing they was doing. It was like, well, Google. No, go ahead. See, I already don't trust these.
Google is slowly trying to solve this problem using helium balloons to beam the internet to inaccessible areas, while Facebook has abandoned plans to do the same using drones.
Ooh.
Which means companies like Hyber are still in a march. They have taken a different approach by launching their own network of shoebot-sized microsatellites into low Earth orbit, which wake up a modern plug into your computer or device when it flies over and delivers you data. Their satellites orbit the Earth 16 times a day.
So this is like Uber Eats
for your
computer?
For your computer and phone. Like internet everywhere. For everyone.
They gotta learn how to drop off cheeseburgers, and then, you know what I mean, and then I'll be impressed.
Yo.
Cheeseburgers and sluts.
Yo, it's
you're on your front porch. All of a sudden, boom! A blonde slut lands on the front porch. That's when I want to get plugged in.
She got cheeseburgers,
Plug
fries.
me in. Give me. Everyone's worried about getting the chip. That I'm 40. I'll take it. I don't give a. I mean, think about it. You know what I'm saying? If I was 9 or 10 or something like that, it might have me a little nervous.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like I'm on a better back half of a long road, Bars. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like this portion of our lives is much more smooth sailing than other times.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
So hold on now.
I agree 100%.
Let's play it gentle.
Yeah, let's play it gentle.
There's nothing wrong with being gentle.
So what you think about the internet for everyone? DoorDash internet?
Who's everyone? You know, when someone...
Literally.
No, but here's the problem with everyone. I've never liked that word because it's always coming from someone. And when someone says everyone, it's usually...
no one.
A portion of people.
Yeah, okay.
All right? That someone is generating like favoritively.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
Nobody ever says all and means it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That is absolute facts.
But, you know, is it going to, maybe if it could help. How about this? If they're going to shoot a bunch of trash into the sky, let's try to, like, help, like, our weakest people. So, like
that.
So maybe, like districts or places. Do we have to have all this junk just, like, floating everywhere? You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe shoot a couple up for some low-income neighborhoods that don't get it. Maybe places on planet Earth that ain't doing as well, don't have access to knowledge and shit like that. I don't know. I don't feel like it's necessary to just shoot up a bunch of into the sky.
Just for the internet.
I mean, come on. I mean, we already have issues with these things called cars. And they're not even in the air.
Nope, not at all.
So, I mean, people be like, no, my God, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody at the doctor's office, somebody their pants next to you or fart, do some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You ready to knock their head off. But, you know what I'm saying? You do more damage driving around. But if you drive a car, let's say you drive a car into... You can't see, you're old and you're blind as a bat, you know? So you drive a car until you're 87 years old. It's like, think of how much you've contributed. I know we've all done it. We've all thrown a piece of plastic on the floor, ripped the top off a Newport pack and tossed it, or a blunt wrap, or, you know what I'm saying? And I don't give a police break laws. So, so I mean, you know what I mean?
Yep. It's the truth. It's the truth.
You know, so, I don't know. I just, you know what my problem is? Is that we're all obsessed with, like, making shit and then, like, taking that shit and then that stuff just, like, occupies a space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we got homeless people in houses that people don't live in.
That don't make no sense.
You know what I'm... So you kind of get...
Yeah.
You know, as a regular practical dude, I don't play for any teams. I don't kiss nobody's... I don't vote. I don't do none of that. It's not my team. It's not my party. I don't align myself with groups on the internet, and I don't hang out with... I'm not here to make friends. So everything I say on this program, it's not even natural. It's supernatural, baby. I'm not... You know what I'm saying? I can't fluff this any more than it is. I'm a regular guy. I'm a regular old dude.
Yep.
Nobody taught me who to like. What's going on?
We got the holidays coming up. Some bad news, man. We got some really bad news. Down in Northern California, shout out to everybody in California. I hope everyone's having a safe holiday out there. 2 shot and killed at Northern California Mall on Black Friday. Police said that a 19-year-old young man was found dead at the mall, and a 17-year-old boy was found critically wounded at a bank outside of the mall. He was taken.
People been shooting each other like all weekend.
It's crazy, bro. He was taken to the hospital and succumbed to his injuries several hours later. Police told the Sacramento Bee on Saturday. Workers at the mall said that they heard up to a dozen shots. OE heard a couple of shots go off, didn't really think of anything of it. Antoine Martinez said, and more kept going off. He says workers evaluated through the corridors and stairways in the back of the mall. The coronavirus pandemic kept crowds thinner than usual on Black Friday, one of the busiest shopping days of the year, the newspaper reported. And it's just really sad that you, on a day of Black Friday, on a day you're supposed to be spending money to help somebody else out, you decide you want to shoot somebody because you want to buy something. Selfish. I think it's selfish and ignorant. To be honest, that's just my opinion, and everybody can feel some type of way about it if they want. And it's some kids, man.
Damn. I don't know. I mean, there's always been senseless killing.
Yes.
Since the beginning of
time. Yeah.
Babala hoobala hoobala babala. You know.
Facts. I agree.
I was watching. Because, you know, I have like Egyptian heritage, and I was like, so how, you know, and you think about like Egypt, and we go, oh, the Sphinx, and we in our minds we see an image of like whatever, and you immediately get beamed into this like History Channel buffed out deal, you know what I mean? Like, it's just what we've been told, right? So like, I start ripping into this, and I realize that there's like, 300 dynasties, and they're all like these different, like these whole huge. They have these huge 3 periods that are like broken up, and they're categorized, and they have these like spots in between that are just these eras and dynasties that split up thousands of years.
That's crazy.
No, it's like one of those little creatures you pull, those toys you pull a person off. There's a little person in it,
and it's
and you pull another little person.
And there's another one.
It's a very fractal, kind of story. So obviously, when you read the news of that time, it's not much different than the news of this time.
Yes.
It was the god of corn, or Donald Trump. I mean, it just, you know what I mean? Well, what I'm saying is we're going through the same. You're going through, here comes the storm, and here comes the flu, and here comes the character, the big mean guy, and then the clash, and then the occupying of land, and and then people resettle, and everyone's friends for a little while, and there's a hurricane, you know. So we're kind of, and when I think about like the internet, and because of people just can't look away from a car crash.
Yeah.
And the internet knows that.
Yep.
So when you look at the internet and you look at this article and like reporting on it, like if it touches your heart, you feel exclusive to it.
Yeah. But it happens all the time.
That's all I was gonna say. I'm not saying that I'm not sympathetic.
No, not at all. It's just senseless.
But there's it's like the person that says sorry all the time with no solution, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
We're always saddened, and there's always like some chief of police that you've never met before. You're watching the news, and he comes out on a podium and he tells you how terrible everybody feels and stuff like that. But what we gonna do about it? Very rarely, any what we gonna do about like.
Nothing.
So I don't know, man.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? It's tough. It's tough for me, especially when they're kids. You know, but a lot of these young folks should be home.
Yeah, staying out the way.
But not a lot of people have a place to go.
That's true. That's very true. Very
true. So we don't know the circumstances why they're out there, and it takes a lot to get, for some people. I mean, unless you're very unlucky, there's some unlucky people out there. But
yes, I agree.
And sorry to the unlucky people. But usually, if you're playing your cards straight on planet Earth, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to and from, and you're not zigging and zagging, most of your day can be predictable.
Yep. And you can have fun.
There are those rare occurrences where, but many times, if you look back at those occurrences in your life where you're like, oh, this happened to me, it's like there was something that you were involved in. There was some glitch in the matrix during the day where you made a choice to go with her that day or him that day instead of do that. You showed up too early, not too late. So circumstantial, sure.
Yeah, very.
Very, consequential, sure.
Yeah.
But this is life, everybody.
Yeah.
And while tragic things are always going to be tragic, and historically that's always been the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, over and over again.
I think that human beings have to learn
and not forget.
That right. We could be Goodbarz is right. We could be looking back on our ancestors and civilizations and going, oh, they obviously fucked up the same thing. There's been other chances and groups of civilizations and settlements of people who have been quote unquote advanced, meaning they've had agriculture, they had astronomy, and they thought about spirituality and whatever. I call those advanced cultures. We're not the first one. So oh man, shit. I when you think about it, and if right now, everything, that big hurricane came and a big storm, and we went into an ice age or something like that, and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years went by. Somebody, if civilization were to continue on or respawn somewhere, or however, like how the that work, you know what I mean? But like, but you've seen my DNA.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like you've seen the very detailed places, that
created you.
Right. That I'm from around the world, and like, so it's like, how are they able to trace like being connected to somebody like King Ramses? But the point is, if I was to bury a book about the Berenstain Bears, and then all of a sudden there was a big storm and fucking sand and shit, and then later on somebody dug it up, and like, and think of what that civilization might think about this civilization.
It's a whole different world.
They pick up, right? They pick up, that's what I'm saying. They pick up a story about the Transformers, or let's say they find a Predator comic book.
They have somebody hunting them constantly.
Right, and exactly.
That's
they're going to look at these creatures, and their imagination is going to run wild. About. So what I'm saying is now we have the technology to report on tragedy. I know that was winded, but if you would listen to me at home, what I was saying is with the internet and with this civilization has a particular knack for language, creating it and destroying it.
Yeah, agreed.
I'll leave you guys with that.
Yeah.
But imagine what they would think if they pick up the Harry Potter book. They would look back in time and be like, wow, people 400,000 years ago used to cast spells. And we all used to go to schools called fucking Hogwarts and Snibberbits and stuff like that.
Snibberbits.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Shalalala. What's it called?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't know a lot about that. I read one Harry Potter book, and somebody dug it up.
And y'all was at Hogwarts. Hey, thank you guys so much. Happy holidays. This is Real Life Callouts. One Shot Network presents. This is William Savant. I am Mr. Goodbars. You guys have a great holiday. Please be safe. And we got another episode coming real soon to you guys. Take it easy.
This is Master Chief, Sierra 117. You're now tuned in to Immaculate Connection, Game